Hello. So this is the third video we are filming to show and demonstrate for educational purposes the script injection issue that I mentioned a couple days ago. In this test, we're going to introduce the developer tools that web developers and administrators use to audit a page. For the general public, this is probably something that you will never do, or if ever, you probably will do it accidentally. Uh, and the reason is most people will never really bother to look what's loading behind the scenes, but it is something that anyone can do without writing any code. It's actually a useful tool sometimes to check why your page is loading very slowly, and basically to double check what's behind the scenes in any page. So the first thing I'm going to do is to prove that I'm on a network. I'm going to reload the speed test page just to show you that I'm currently on Converge, which is our office fiber line. And don't mind this gray box. That's just to hide our IP address for privacy's sake. Now, what we're going to do is test the same website that we tested in video 2. So this is tomorrowshere.smart.com.ph/reliability.html. It's a static page. It's also not SSL secured, as you can see. So the developer tools, I'm currently using Firefox, but you can also use other browsers for this, like Chrome. Can be accessed using F12. And when you press F12, this window here appears on the bottom, sometimes on the side. And these are like some of the technical functions that developers use to check how the page works and if there's anything going on. What we're going to use is this network tab. The network tab will show what exactly is loaded on the page and how long it loads. But the important thing is it will also show us where it's loading from, which is a good way of checking if there's anything suspicious. So with the developer tools up and the network tab up, I'm going to press again Control F5 to load. And as you can see, as the page loads, this window gets filled up a lot of stuff. And you can see here on the right side a timestamp, what's loaded first and next. So for the whole page takes about roughly 7 seconds to load. So I'm on a fiber line, very fast. So as you can see, it's a good tool to check which parts are loading, taking time to load. The important thing as well here is to look at this column called domain, which you can use to sort the data. This allows you to check what domain or address all of this stuff is loaded from. So most people don't realize when you load a web page is that what's on the web page actually comes from various other websites. Like for example, here you have stuff coming from Facebook, coming from Twitter, and generally, of course, the smart web page. So, and you can also look for anything suspicious from a file perspective. So remember, what we're looking for is a file called base.js. And you can sort this alphabetically. As you can see, there is no file called base.js. And that file also comes from server IP address 10 dot something. And you can see all of the domains here don't have any numbers. Okay, so this is using Firefox. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to my mobile hotspot, which is a smart, previously Sun postpaid line. And again, to prove that I'm on that network, I'm going to reload the speed test page. And it should show what network I am on. So I'm just giving it some time to load. Okay. So as you can see, I'm now on the smart network. I'm now going to reload the page. But again, we need to compare the developer tools. So press F12 and look for network. And again, I'm going to press Control F5. Okay, as you can see, it's loading lots of stuff. Okay, and immediately you can already see, definitely a difference between the two networks. This thing is already taking about 20 seconds to load because, it's a mobile hotspot, right? Okay, what we now want to compare first is the domains. So I'm going to sort this by domain, and as you can see on the second website, we now have number domains, and these are the servers that I was talking about in my original Twitter thread, 10.165, 10.197.14, which in the recent GMA News article, Smart admits belongs to them, and admittedly I thought was coming from China, and I think I've retracted that quite clearly. And then just to compare with the original, so again, sorting by domain, the first thing that pops up is analytics.twitter.com, while in the second, it's the numbers, right? And then here on the left, you can see this is the file that's loaded, base.js. And as you can see, there's this second statement here that I also talked about in the Twitter thread. So this statement is called everything here is a GET request. GET request is a command or a process that allows a web page to get information from a server. But to get information from a server, you have to also send information to a server. And this statement is information that is sent. So obviously we see here the GET request is sending the time and other things to the server to send information. While here in the original, there is no base.js. We can sort it and try to look for it alphabetically. No, it's not there. While here, if I sort it alphabetically, obviously you see it there. It's base.js coming from this server, and that's the big difference. So again, similar to video 1 and 2, we're now showing that in different networks, there is a difference in what's loaded. You have the same website, but in the second example, you have an extra file that's loaded that's coming from this domain, and that's the main thing that I was wondering about, which started this entire discussion. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be posting more videos as we do more investigation.